Well, the money that's being spent is debt money, money that has to be borrowed from somebody. It would be much better, rather than doing that we would create opportunities in business and commerce and services that would put people to work, which would be far more constructive. Because when you put money into infrastructure, it's not bad. It's okay. But you don't get what you would get in lasting positions. A group of workers are hired to build a bridge. And let's say it takes a year and a half. And after that, then what do? You know, they're not ongoing permanent jobs, so to speak. That was the problem that they had during the Depression with the CCC. Now, they built some wonderful projects, and in time they became very valuable to Americans, like the Hoover Dam and many golf courses throughout the country, and some of them were really terrific. I know in Los Angeles, I used to play on 3 of them that were in Griffith Park that were built out of the CCC. But the problem is, it doesn't solve the problem of high unemployment, because unemployment, generally speaking, during the Depression was about 30%. And in 1929, it was around 22%. 1939, it was around 22%. And in 1940, it was around 16.5%, maybe 17.5%, in that area. And they did solve part of the unemployment problem over the past 8 years, but as you can see, it wasn't permanent. I mean, if they had been able to create jobs through manufacturing, which was very big in America then, they would have been much better off. They were lucky that the situation in the 30s was far better than it is today. I mean, they had a gold-backed dollar. They had a minuscule foreign debt. In fact, they were a credited nation. There was no welfare to speak of. It was pretty clear-cut that they didn't have the problems that we have today with individual, corporate, and government debt, which is preposterous. It's so high. And today we don't have any gold backing, so we have a fiat currency. And so there's a number of other aspects to it, which I won't go into. But the situation today is 5 times minimum worse than it was in the 1930s. And if they think in Washington that they're going to solve the problem doing what they're doing, they're wrong. And they know that. They're just extending this thing, looking for the right place to pull the plug. Because the reason all this has happened is not that the people in Washington and Wall Street were stupid. They're not stupid. This was done deliberately, because they want to bring the world down to its knees commercially, financially, in order for them to implement world government. And that's what this is all about.
You hit the nail on the head there when you come to the world government, that's for sure, because author Schessler stated back in the past that we're not going to achieve a new world order without paying for it in blood as well as in words and money. He said that in 1968 or 78, excuse me. So I know that we're headed there, and a lot of people, Mr. Chapman, they don't think that that anything's going to happen. I'm looking at 22 to 28% of unemployment by 2010. That's only 6 months short. What do you think?
By the end of 2010?
Yes, sir.
Well, my figure is 22 to 28%, so it's hard to tell
you're thinking
how much.
You're thinking it's already here.
Well, it's already 20.5, and I'm looking for 22% by the end of the year under U6, my U6 figures. And the government U6 figures would go up 1.5% to 18%, approximately. And so I would think that at the best possible case for next year would be unemployment of 25%. And then the following year, they'll try to juice the economy again with another couple of trillion. And that's going to be a hard pill to take, funding that during an election year. So my guess is in September this year, October, September, November, if the economy's not picking up the way they'd like it to, they're going to pass that legislation to inject the following year another $2 trillion. Probably the injection will probably be in June or July to show up for the election. And then it's just going to create more inflation. Of course, the big recipient here, the big recipient here is gold, silver.
Go ahead.
What's that? Very quickly before we break, I want to tell you that I get 2 tapes on links in Saturday's issue coming up. 2 discussions of rigging the market on CNBC. Now, this is a major turning point. The professionals in New York, in the market, are saying, enough already. We've had it. Stop manipulating the markets. And this is going to start the steamroller. And it's going to push the passage of Ron Paul's bill, 1207, in order to investigate the Fed. When they find out what they're really doing, they'll do away with it. And that will be a very good thing. And at the same time, when they do away with it, they'll pass legislation stopping the U.S. Treasury and the Fed under the executive order signed by Reagan in August of 1988. They will nullify that. So there's big changes coming.
And we'll come back after this break, ladies and gentlemen. I have a question from Patty Kay, and this is Drew Raines with the Marines Disquisition, heard live around the world. And we've got Bob Chapman with us from theinternationalforecaster.com. Okay, guys, we're back. This is Drew Malone Raines III, and this is a Marines Disquisition. It is Thursday, the day we have with Bob Chapman, the International Forecaster. You can call in, ladies and gentlemen. The phone number out there is 347-308-8047. I repeat, 347-308-8047. Give us a call. Let us know what your questions are. Vent your spleen a little bit, if nothing else. That's what this show's all about, is getting the truth out there to know what's going on around the world. And at the same time, the show on Thursdays is about investing money and where you should be investing money and how to invest money, as well as giving you the truth about what money is out there. We will do our little due diligence here. Bobby, if you could, would you see what you could do on your end again about getting rid of that humming noise, or Larissa? You could do so. I'm hearing it pretty bad on my end. I don't know about Mr. Chapman. Mr. Chapman, welcome back to the show.
I'm here.
We're still here. Got a little hum in the background, and we don't know where the feedback's coming from. Yet everybody's scratching their heads. They're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. I lost him.
I'm here.
Hello. Oh, there he is.
I'm here.
Back. Okay. Yeah, we're just trying to just coming back. I had a question. I needed to get back to Patty Kay. She had a question. It was in the chat room concerning. Let's see, where's it at, Patty? Are you talking about the banking holiday and the switching out of currency?
Well, I think that is a possibility, and I think it could be caused by the fall in the dollar. The dollar is trading around 80 right now on the USDX, which is a index of 6 currencies versus the dollar, major currencies. And that figure was 89.5 a few months ago. It's dropped down to 80. And I think there's a good chance between now and the end of October that we could see that figure at its support level of 71.18.